Hey, I'm Gina, one of the physios here at the St George Queensland Reds, and today we are going to strap a shoulder. So this is Isaiah, he's come down to help us out, he's part of the current squad. So we're going to go through anterior shoulder taping technique, which is a common shoulder taping that we use here at the Reds. It's common in players who have had episodes of dislocation, subluxation, or if they're just weak up in this position here, so in an abduction external rotation position. So this position that we come up to here is quite a high risk sort of position for the players, or if they're sort of reaching back through there. So the taping that we're going to use, you can relax that, is going to support through the front of the shoulder there. First up, we use a fixamole, okay, so we put that down over top of his shoulder to begin with, and mainly to protect the skin with that. And I do prefer to use a thicker piece of fixamole, so the 10 centimetre with that one. So we place it down on top of his chest there and come right down across the back. So from there, I tend to use a 38mm rigid tape, the Elastoplast, and we put 2 anchors down onto the shoulder as well. Okay, so just coming down across and just above that nipple line there. So the anchors are really good to help the tape stick as well. Okay, so tape likes to stick to tape, and so it's a big part of using those. Then we set them up into a position, so we get him to put his hand on his hip, like so. Now the reason we do that is to put him into a bit more of an internally rotated position to protect that external rotation as we come up. Okay, so put him into the hand on the hip. I tend to use, we like to put an anchor around the arm as well, again to let the tape stick. Some people do like to use the rigid tape around here. I do sometimes find that it's a bit tight for them, so we use a hand tear tape, a bit stretchier. So Isaiah, you're just going to squeeze that for me, and again we look for the bottom of the deltoid and we're going to place that tape around like so. You can relax. Good. So then we come back to our 38mm Elastoplast tape, pull a bit off, and we're going to start around the front of the shoulder and we're going to pull back across. Okay, so we place down on the front of the shoulder, we make sure we're staying above the crease there, and around, and placing it down on the back like so, and just make sure it's stuck down. So then again we go over top of that one, so place it down and coming round to the back. So we do a couple of these to really reinforce it. So I normally start with 3, and then I'll often get them to check that. So you can go hand up and just, you can see that that's tight across the front, which is the bit that we're trying to support. So hand back down on your hip. So once they're happy with that, add another 2 to reinforce it. Like so. So then from there, we just need to lock it off. So coming down through the front again. Like so. Now that would be our basic tape that we would use. Often if they're coming back from surgery or they need a little bit more support, we will use a stretchy tape that's not tearable. So on the chest, just track along your tape and come around the arm. Just get to squeeze there, Isaiah. That's it. And around. And you'll cut that there. So that just gives that a bit more support again. And we just lock that one off. Like so. From there, if they're training, and particularly in Queensland because it's really hot, we do like to overwrap it. Okay, so we use a Luco hand tear tape that's a bit stretchy as well, so it shouldn't make it too much tighter. we come round the arm, across the chest, and back up through the back like so. And I will normally do 2 of those, like so, and then 1 more to lock it off like that. And then Izzy, if you get your arm and come up, and we can see that that really reinforces round through the front of that shoulder there as well. So that would be the tape that we use for most of our shoulders.